Hold on tight, folks, because Atlanta just went from reality TV drama to full-blown courtroom chaos. Kirk Frost, yes, the same man who thought he could get away with everything, has just been slapped with a 12-month jail sentence and a jaw-dropping $25 million fine. That's not a typo, people. This wasn't just another reunion fight for the cameras. This is real life, and it's hitting Kirk where it hurts most, his bank account. But wait, it gets juicier. Scrappy, the man who almost lost his life in this saga, walked out of that courtroom a winner. But how far does this scandal go? Keep watching, because the truth is shocking. What happens when reality TV bleeds into real life? Well, this happens. Atlanta's own Kirk Frost, yes, the same guy who spent years pretending to be an innocent family man on TV, has just had his entire world turned upside down. For years, fans have watched his life unfold like a soap opera on love and hip-hop. Atlanta, filled with cheating scandals, betrayal, and the kind of drama that would make even the most seasoned reality TV producer jealous. But now, folks, reality's bitten back, and it's biting hard. Kirk Frost, known for being a calculating, arrogant figure, is now sitting at the center of a courtroom nightmare. The man who once laughed off accusations, shrugged off cheating rumors, and breezed through scandal after scandal, is now facing consequences so severe they could ruin everything he's ever built. We're talking about more than just a public disgrace, more than just a bad headline. No, Kirk Frost is now officially the guy who thought he was untouchable, only to be slapped with a 12-month jail sentence and, wait for it, a $25 million fine. Oh, you heard me right. A $25 million fine. But let's rewind for a second. Who exactly is Kirk Frost, and why does he think the rules don't apply to him? Let's look at his history. From the very beginning, Kirk was a walking controversy. He came on the scene as Rashida's ride-or-die husband, but his so-called loyalty was always questionable. Let's not forget the infamous cheating scandal with Jasmine Washington, which nearly destroyed his marriage. And who could ignore the multiple paternity accusations? The man practically lived in a constant state of denial, throwing around excuses like confetti at a party. But if you thought those were the lowest points of Kirk's life, you clearly weren't paying attention. You see, for Kirk, every moment of scandal was just another chapter in his carefully curated bad boy narrative. The rumors, the betrayals, the fights, all just fuel for his larger-than-life persona on TV. He thrived on the chaos, basked in the limelight, and showed no real remorse. After all, he was untouchable, right? Well, not anymore. When Kirk was dragged into the courtroom, it wasn't just about him and Rashida's marriage anymore. This was bigger, way bigger. It was about the real consequences of living in a world where you think you can get away with anything. Scrappy, the man who had been dragged through the mud by Kirk's actions, was finally facing his moment of reckoning. The fight that almost cost Scrappy his life? That was no longer just another messy fight on a reality show. It was an assault case. And Kirk, once the king of Atlanta's reality TV scene, was about to find out the harsh truth about the justice system. But here's where things get truly wild. Kirk wasn't the only one in the spotlight. Oh no. This courtroom drama wasn't just about one man's downfall. It was about everything that came with it, the fallout that would send shockwaves through the entire Atlanta entertainment scene. With the entire world watching, every word, every move was about to be scrutinized. Fans, bloggers, and even producers from love and hip-hop, Atlanta were all in attendance, ready to witness what some were calling the reunion that went too far. So how did we get here? How did the man who once seemed to laugh off every scandal find himself sitting in front of a judge, facing the possibility of losing it all? The answer lies in the very thing that Kirk Frost never saw coming: accountability. The days of laughing off mistakes, sweeping secrets under the rug, and pretending to be untouchable were finally over. The court doors had opened, and so had Pandora's box. Now that we've set the stage, let's dig deeper into the scandal. What really happened behind the scenes that led to Kirk's monumental fall from grace? Was this just a case of bad luck? Or was this the inevitable outcome of years of arrogance, manipulation, and self-destruction? According to sources who shall remain anonymous for obvious reasons, there's more to the story than meets the eye. We're talking about lavish spending, abuse of power, and hold on to your seats, alleged secret deals with producers. Yes, you heard me right. Kirk wasn't just a reality star. He was allegedly playing the system like a well-oiled machine. And what better way to maintain control than by pulling strings behind the scenes? According to insiders, Kirk was reportedly involved in arranging for specific storylines to get the highest ratings possible. We're talking about orchestrating fights, fabricating tensions, and even staging moments that would bring in the big bucks. But wait, there's more. A source close to the situation claims that Kirk was not just a puppet on a string. He was allegedly working with producers to manufacture chaos and drama that would shock the audience. Make sure Scrappy looks unstable, one insider allegedly said. We need numbers. That's right. It wasn't just about real drama anymore. It was about creating drama, no matter the cost. Scrappy's pain, his suffering, was just another tool in Kirk's twisted game of fame and fortune. But here's the thing, all of this was hidden in plain sight. The fans, the media, even the castmates were all in the dark, until now. In the courtroom, Kirk's carefully constructed persona began to unravel in front of the world's eyes. The $25 million fine wasn't just a punishment for a single act of violence. It was a punishment for years of abusing the system and profiting off the chaos he created. And don't even get me started on the producers. How many of them knew about these secret deals? How many of them were complicit in crafting the narrative that led to this moment? And then there's the public reaction. The world was watching, and they had plenty to say. The courtroom buzzed with whispers. Fans online flooded social media with hashtags like #ScrappyJustice and #KirkFrostfall. Some supported Scrappy, applauding him for standing up for what was right. Others, however, couldn't resist the drama. They were here for the chaos, the spectacle of it all. But one thing was for sure, this wasn't just another scripted fight for the cameras. The stakes were real, and everyone had an opinion. All right, so now that Kirk Frost has been publicly exposed, what comes next? Well, let's just say that this is only the beginning of a much larger story. With Kirk facing jail time and a hefty fine, the fallout from this scandal is bound to have massive consequences for more than just him. In fact, it could change the entire landscape of reality TV in Atlanta, and it's already starting to ripple out beyond the courtroom. First, let's talk about the legal ramifications. The judge didn't just hand down a slap on the wrist. No, this was a serious verdict. 12 months in jail, a massive fine, and the very real possibility of losing everything Kirk has worked for. But the question on everyone's mind is, will this be the end of his career? According to sources, there are already rumors circulating that some major sponsors might be pulling out. Kirk's brand? It could be officially dead. But that's not all. There's talk of further investigations into Kirk's financial dealings, and even some whispers about potential civil suits from Scrappy himself. The consequences don't stop there. Fans, bloggers, and even fellow castmates have all been vocal about the scandal, but the real drama is about to unfold behind closed doors. What will happen to the love and hip-hop Atlanta producers who allegedly helped Kirk manipulate the narrative? Will they face repercussions for their role in this mess? And what about Rashida? For years, she stood by her man, defending him through every scandal and humiliation. But now, she's left with nothing but a shattered image and the weight of a $25 million fine. As if that wasn't enough, Kirk's downfall has sparked an outrageous wave of online backlash. Fans are demanding accountability, not just from Kirk, but from the entire entertainment industry. How long has this been going on? One fan tweeted. How many more people are getting hurt behind the scenes? The public is fed up and they want answers. The empire that Kirk built? It's crumbling before our eyes, and the world is watching. But wait, there's more. Tasha K, the blogger known for stirring the pot, has just dropped another bombshell. Camera 3. What's behind that camera, and why is it causing such a stir? Is this just the tip of the iceberg? The internet's ablaze with rumors, and the conspiracy theories are flying. Could there be even more dirt to dig up? At this point, no one is safe, and the questions just keep piling up. So, what's next for Kirk? Rashida, Scrappy, and the rest of the Love and Hip Hop Atlanta cast? One thing's for sure, this scandal is far from over. The court's gavel may have come down, but the story is just getting started. Will Kirk pay for his actions? Will Scrappy continue his journey to justice? And what about the producers? Will they finally face the music for their role in all of this? Stay tuned, because the truth is still out there, and it's about to explode.